This is a recap of the first BAM tournament of the 24 season. It was at Indian Creek Reservoir up in Woodworth, Louisiana. It was a cold tournament. Temperature was 27 degrees at about 8:30 when I put the kayak in the water. I figured it would be a slow day, and it was. I spent the first hour and a half graphing, marking a few laydowns, clumps of grass out in that 8 to 12 foot depth range. Water temperature was around 46, 47 the start of the day. Fished the clumps of grass that I marked, the laydowns I marked. I didn't have much luck. It was pretty tough holding in position with the way the wind was blowing. With the temperatures as cold as they were, I did have a lot of problems with backlashing, rod tip freezing up, reels freezing up. It wasn't fun for a while. I decided to make a move across the creek arm to a little bit more protected water, make it a little easier to fish with the way the wind was blowing. I fished around a few points, depth ranges from 4 foot out to about 15 foot, alternated between a Senko Texas rig with a 1/8 ounce weight, 3/8 ounce football jig, a little 4-inch Senko rigged up on a shaky head. I also threw a Smithwick Rogue jerkbait for a little while. No luck on any of that. Started fishing a little bit of standing timber, ranging from 3 feet to about 15 feet deep. Some of it had thick grass around it, some of it was just bare standing timber. Fished with all the same baits. Nothing. They had a lot of grass on this lake. I punched grass around the standing timber, some of the standing timber 8 feet deep. Had hydrilla up to about 2 feet below the surface. Tried punching around the logs, get a reaction bite. Nothing. I finally found a little bit of floating grass, matted vegetation. Didn't have much water under it, 6 to 12 inches. Figured I'd give it a shot since I wasn't catching anything out deep. Fished a good stretch of the floating vegetation. Didn't get a bite. Decided to make another move. See if I can get out the wind a little bit. Maybe find some more matted vegetation that the sun was hitting, warming up. I wound up finding a little mat in a small protected pocket. Had about 1.5 foot of water at the deepest point underneath the mat. Sun was hitting it a little bit. Figured it might be a little warm and attract a few fish. Started punching it. Wound up getting my first bite about 1:30, punching with a 3/4 ounce weight with a Berkeley Pit Boss. It was a good one. Finally. Freaking 126. Finally caught one. First bite. Smile. 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 Alright, that ought to be good. Definitely got my boots in it. Touching the board. Can read that. B24. Alright. $18.25. Submitted it through the Tourney X app. Upon submission, I was in 5th place with the one fish. After finally getting a bite, punching, I decided that's what I was going to spend the rest of the day doing. Went searching for more matted vegetation. It's really tough to find on this lake with the water level where it is, the area I was in. Most of it didn't have but 6 inches of water under it, but that's all I had to go on. Couldn't get another bite. Well, I ended the day 9th out of 29 boats. It was a tough day. First place had 4 fish. Second and third place had 3 fish. 4th through 7th had 2 fish. 8 through 13 had 1 fish. 14 through 29 zeroed out. I'd like to congratulate Clint on the win on what was a really tough day for everybody, it looks like. Congrats to Scott on the big fish of 18.5 inches. Got me by a 1/4 inch. Looking forward to the next tournament in February on False River. I hope I have better luck over there.